second I tore open that envelope, my hands began to tremble. Not out of fear, but because somewhere inside, I already understood that my life was about to divide into a before and an after. If you've ever trusted someone so fully that you dismissed every warning sign, stay with me. Because what followed wasn't just the revelation of a betrayal. It collapsed an entire web of lies inside one room. I met my wife when I had nothing except drive and ambition. We built everything side by side. Or at least that's what I thought. She was magnetic, outgoing, the type of person people adored instantly, especially my friends. In the beginning, I believed I was fortunate. My wife blended seamlessly into my world. Game nights, weekend trips, shared dinners. She was always there, laughing just a bit too loudly, letting her hand linger a second too long. I convinced myself I was imagining things. I trusted her. I trusted them. Then small fractures appeared. She protected her phone like it held state secrets. She'd vanish during gatherings, then reappear flushed, guarded. When I asked what was going on, she turned it back on me, accused me of being jealous, insecure, controlling, and like a fool, I apologized. I thought that loving someone meant being endlessly patient. I was wrong. The real horror began when one of my closest friends called me late one night. His voice was unsteady. He couldn't find the words. He just kept saying, "Man, I'm sorry. I swear I didn't know." He told me he'd tested positive for an STD, and the doctor told him to notify recent partners. My wife's name was on that list. I didn't feel rage. I felt hollow, and it didn't end there. Another friend called, then another. Same diagnosis, same explanation. That's when the truth slammed into me. My wife hadn't made a single mistake. She had been moving through my friend group effortlessly, lying to all of us. I got tested the next morning. Waiting for the results was agony. I replayed every memory, every moment I stood up for her. I finally understood that the betrayal wasn't accidental. It was deliberate. She wasn't reckless. She was sure she'd never be exposed. When my results came back negative, I didn't feel relief. I felt focus. I knew I wouldn't shout or plead. I wouldn't confront her alone and give her room to rewrite the narrative. I chose something else. I told her I wanted to host a small gathering, just friends. She smiled easily, completely at ease, convinced she was untouchable. That smile still turns my stomach. That night, everyone came. The same friends she believed would protect her secrets forever. We sat in the living room, the tension heavy and unmistakable. She sensed something was wrong, but stayed confident. Then I stood and placed several sealed envelopes on the table. I said calmly, "These are medical test results." I thought everyone deserved honesty. She laughed at first, an uneasy laugh. Then people began opening the envelopes one by one. Silence fell. Faces drained of color. One friend stood up and left without a word. Another broke down crying. Then she opened hers. The instant she read it, her expression locked. No fury, no denial, just shock. Her mouth moved, but nothing came out. For the first time since I'd known her, she had no lines to deliver. I told her I knew everything. I told her I had proof. I told her the lies were finished. She tried to explain, blame stress, bad choices, even me, but no one was listening anymore. The room had shifted, and she finally felt what accountability was. That night, she walked out with only her phone and her humiliation. I changed the locks the next day, filed for divorce that same week. My friend group fell apart, but at least what remained was real. People ask me if I regret calling her out in front of everyone. I don't. Betrayal survives in silence. I didn't ruin her name, her actions did. And the best part is I didn't raise my voice. I didn't beg. I simply let the truth enter the room and speak on its own.